Hi guys, Yasil here, back with another video. Today we're going to be looking at how I converted one of these emergency lights to use an LED instead of the quite inefficient filament bulb that it used. So just looking at the difference, the one on the left is the one that I replaced already with an LED. The one on the right is using the old, very dull filament bulb. And this is quite inefficient and it'll burn through your batteries quite quickly. Versus with this LED, after limiting its current to about 100 milliamps, you're going to get much more hours with these, with using an LED instead of this. And the only two components that I used was high-powered LED with a heatsink and a simple quarter watt resistor. Cool. Okay, so let's take this out of the way. So you'd see that this actually uses 4 AA batteries. So that's giving you a total of 6 volts, which is a decent amount of decent voltage to power just a simple LED. That's why we had a few of these lying around at home, and I realized that this is quite inefficient using. And when I opened this up, I realized what bulb it was using. So you can quickly take these out and then have a look at what's happening inside. Oh, there it is. Cool. So we're going to open this up. Open this. Okay, so after we open this, so that's just the cover. So I'm going to leave that on the side, along with the little spring that helps it to trigger the switch. So all these screws are coming out. Let's leave them all here. So yeah, this is a very high-tech solution to diffusing the light. You can just take this out. Won't need that anymore. But yeah, so this is what I was talking about. It's using this type of bulb, which is, it's quite difficult to remove. One of these old school, I think it's called filament bulbs or whatever they're called, but these things eat through batteries. They're absolutely inefficient. So what I was thinking we could just simply replace it with one of these, and it turned out it worked pretty well. I haven't really tested out how long this will last, having it on, but I'm pretty sure it's going to last longer than using one of these. Cool. So let me get the soldering iron and then we can quickly solder this together. So before we get to the soldering iron, I just want to quickly show you guys some of the maths I used, or how I calculated this resistor value. So this is a 1 watt LED. And we're getting 6 volts from our batteries. So if you're using formula P equals IV, so power equals current times voltage, we know we're getting 1 watt. We wanted to know what's the current, so it'll be I 6 or 6I, whatever you call it. And then if you want to find out how much of current you're going to get, it's going to be 1 over 6, which is equal to I think it's 0. I calculated this previously. It's about 0.1667 amps, which is equal to about 167 milliamp hours, or milliamps. Yeah, milliamps. So 167 milliamps. If you plug this into Ohm's law, so V equals I times R, and then we substitute our 6 volts and our 0.1667 R, we get a value of 6 divided by 0.1667, which equals, what was this? Let's calculate this quickly. So 6 divided by 0.1667 166.7. So it's about approximately 36 ohms. So 36 ohms for a resistor would be ideal because that will give you around 166 milliamps. That's the amount of current you're going to give the LED. But the closest resistor value I had was 47 ohms. So if I'm using a 47 ohm resistor, that's going to bring that current down to about 125 milliamps or so, doesn't matter that much. It just means you're not going to be driving this LED that too hard. Cool. So I just wanted to show you guys quickly how I calculated those values. Okay, now we can start soldering. Okay, so I just want to desolder this cable off from here. That can come off, and this spring we don't need anymore, so we can actually just desolder this. Do I need the cable? No, we don't. There we go. Take that off. Let's move this around here this way. Okay, so we need to solder this this resistor and place this. The one I built, this one, the LED is loose, so it can move around. Oh, sorry, the LED can move around in here, but I don't think that's too much of a problem because it's not gonna come off completely. If you really wanted to put this securely, what could we do? We could find a nice way to mount it, but for the purpose of this video I'm just going to solder it on to show you guys how quickly this is to do. And okay, so let's shorten the leads on this this resistor quickly. So I can just quickly snip these. Cool. I'm going to get my helping hands here just so I can turn the resistor legs. Let's do that. Oh, that's quite a bit. Oh jeez, making a mess here. Cool. Alright, let's turn these. Cool, so now we can connect this resistor in series with one of these leads coming out of the battery. So hopefully I got enough solder on here. I don't think I do. I think that connection would do. No, should be fine. So that's going to go there. And which one is positive? That's a good question. So I think this is negative and this is positive. Okay. So this side is negative. Oh, so these LEDs usually come separate, but you can pick up a bunch of these heat sinks very, very cheaply off AliExpress or Bang or anything. And then I used a bit of what's it called, thermal paste to stick the LED onto the heat sink. Sorry. So that's going to go onto our negative side. So let's put some solder there. Actually, let's do this. Easier. This heatsink is doing a good job at dissipating heat. Too quickly that my soldering iron can't keep up. Let's add a bit more solder. And that should be sufficient. And ooh, that's quite long. So what you can do now is solder on the positive terminal. Let's put some solder here. Cool, I think that should be okay. So if all goes well and we plug in the batteries, this should come on. Okay, so let's get the batteries in here so you can test it out before you seal it up. Okay, let's get here. Oh, there we go. Oh jeez. I think let's get the cover on. Cool. There we go. Simple. Yeah, this LED isn't getting very hot. So yeah, it's not at all. Yeah, so you should be able to run this for much longer time than using this old thing. Okay, so let's put it back. Let's connect everything back up and then see what it looks like with the cover on. Cool. Okay, let me get this out of the way. So I've connected everything up again, and there you go. Much better. The camera is doing a bad job at properly representing this, but the color does look. The light does look like it's isolated to this area, but it's quite diffuse. If I turn this lamp off, you can see it lights up much better than the previous light, the previous bulb. So yeah, so there you go. Simple, easy way to replace one of these, these old filament bulbs with an LED. But there you go. I mean, this thing, the components here we're looking at a couple cents, dollar cents. But yeah, there you go. If I'll leave, I'll leave the listing of the LED in the description below. But yeah, thanks for watching. Cheers.